Hi, everyone. I'm Gary Null. I'd like to welcome you once again to our Classroom on the Air. Today is something that a lot of people suffer from, allergies. An allergy is the result of an overaggressive immune response to a substance that is inhaled or ingested, or that comes in contact with the skin. And while one person can walk into a dusty room and have no reaction because that person's immune system cells, the lymphocytes, phagocytes, are able to engulf or otherwise disable the antigen in the dust, another individual has an allergic response upon entering the same room because their immune system is not as efficient. Allergies are so common that almost everyone has them to one degree or another. When we hear the word allergy, most of us think of classic or fixed allergies, such as hay fever or immediate reactions to certain foods. But we're less familiar with cyclic food allergies and chemical sensitivities. Different types of allergies are described this way. For example, parents may wish to educate themselves about exposures which are likely to produce allergies in their children. Women desiring to become pregnant and expectant mothers can avoid exposure to those things which are known to increase the risk of their unborn child's developing childhood allergies, like hay fever. About 37 million people suffer from this seasonal condition. During the spring and the late summer, people react to the germination of trees and grass and ragweed, which fill the air with microscopic particles. These substances enter the body and combine with immune cells known as immunoglobulins, especially the type called IgE. Then they undergo chemical reactions ending with the release of histamine. This causes an allergic response, and a person experiences sneezing, itching, and an obstruction of the nose. If hay fever goes untreated, more serious problems like asthma can develop. Then you have food allergies, very common. As of 2018, the number of people suffering from food allergies was estimated to be as high as almost 32 million Americans. Sometimes a food allergy is obvious because it causes an immediate response after a food is ingested. For example, strawberries are eaten and an individual breaks out in hives. This is a type 1 or fixed allergic response because it occurs each time strawberries are eaten. Other food allergies are more difficult to diagnose, as symptoms do not usually appear right after eating the offending substance, but rather hours or even days later. Also, reactions may change with age, season, stress, and a host of other factors. Further, they can move from one organ system to another. Thus, milk may cause asthmatic response in a young child and a skin disruptions in the same person as an adolescent. These masked or cyclic allergies are responsible for most reactions. In fact, some reports indicate that as many as 90% of common complaints heard by general practitioners are related to food allergies, although they're often not understood as such by mainstream doctors. Seemingly unrelated allergies can include depression, headaches, joint pains, muscle pains, and abdominal complaints. Then you have what is known as chemical sensitivity. Reactions can be brought on by substances in the environment, such as photocopy machines at work, dust and mold in the home, pesticide residues on foods, chemicals in your garage. Today, people are routinely exposed to thousands of these toxins. As a result, immunity may diminish. The immune system reacts to one thing, then to two, then to more. Eventually, in the most extreme forms of environmental illness, a person becomes non-functional. Now, what can you do? Well, you can have an allergy test. Type 1 allergies, the classic type, are IgE mediated. IgE is an antibody or immune cells that binds to an irritant, such as a food or pollen, and high IgE levels, which are detected by blood tests, are confirmation of a type 1 allergies. However, the type of blood test used does not generally identify cyclic food allergies. and cyclic food allergies can be identified by both objective and subjective methods. Complementary physicians measure IgG, food allergy levels, or white blood cell reactions to antigens. Skin testing can also be done to check for reactions to food, chemicals, pollens, dust, molds, and other agents, and underlying problems like parasitic infections, candida, which is a yeast, and the insufficient secretion of digestive enzymes may be identified and treated as well, because improvement in these areas, like your digestion, elimination, healthy colon, good probiotics, good bacteria, all those can impact your immune system. In addition, patients answer questionnaires to help determine the cause and extent of the problem. The reason behind allergy-like symptoms could be infective dental toxicity. A lot of people have gingivitis. A lot of people have periodontal condition. A lot of people have toxic bacteria in their mouth, not even aware of it, and that can impact their overall immune system. And biological dentistry postulates that allergies can be triggered by hidden infections in root canal treated teeth, in cavitation, abscess, and periodontal disease, or that they can be implant related. Now, I realize that to many, the term biological dentistry is alien. Therefore, I feel it warrants just a little bit of discussion. Biological dentistry involves putting substances in a patient's mouth that will not cause the immune system to adversely respond. Biological dentistry treats dental problems like cavities and infected teeth with inert or non-toxic materials and biologically less harmful interventions that will not cause the immune system to adversely respond. When a dentist places a silver or mercury filling in your mouth, that filling is about 50% mercury. And mercury is the most powerful neurotoxin on the planet. And research suggests that there is a 92% chance that a patient's immune system will fight against this mercury. And biological dentists use materials, they never use mercury. They use materials that are assured to be compatible with your body. And furthermore, these dentists remove all of the metal from your mouth. They take out all the silver fillings, which everyone should have done. Surprisingly to many, biological dentists believe that root canals can produce toxins that may poison the patient. And these dentists believe that root canal is a procedure that forces the body to accept dead tissue. In fact, they say it is the only medical procedure that forces the body to accept dead tissue. The body rebels against this procedure and then produces toxins in response. Now, applied kinesiology is another technique sometimes used as an allergy test. This diagnostic procedure has a patient place a food under the tongue while lowering her outstretched arm against the resistance of the doctor. Difficulty lowering the arm indicates that the food is causing weakness. Allergies produce stimulating effects, followed by degenerative ones. Doctors rate severity on a scale of 1 to 4. The first level is stimulation, in which a person remains relatively symptom-free, and it's called number 1. The person is active, alert, and responsive, and behaves normally. At the 2 stage, a person becomes hyperactive, irritable, hungry, thirsty, tense, jittery, talkative, argumentative, and overly sensitive. Number 3, an individual becomes hypomanic, toxic, anxious, egocentric, aggressive, loquacious, clumsy, and apprehensive. And the extreme number 4 stimulation causes mania, excitement, agitation, and possibly convulsions. So at the degenerative end of the scale, number 1 reaction gives an allergic manifestation that might include runny nose, hives, gas, diarrhea, frequent urination of various eye and ear symptoms. At the stage 2, there's symptomatic allergic reactions like tiredness, mild depression, swelling, pain, cardiovascular events. 3, there is almost always depression, disturbed mental processes, can't think, can't talk right, confusion, moodiness, anger, and withdrawal. And finally, at stage 4, severe depression and possibly paranoia or even suicide can result. Now, there's a doctor named Koka COCA, and he observed that a person's pulse rate increases after eating a food to which you're allergic. And what you do is simple. You sit in bed in the morning, you don't get up, and you have at your bedside or someone give you a single item. Let's say it's an apple or an orange or a strawberry or a piece of bread. And you take your pulse for 60 seconds. You write it down. Let's say it's 70 beats per minute. And then, without getting out of bed, moving around, you take that single piece of food and put it in your mouth. Then you sit there for 20 minutes. You don't get up, and then you take your pulse again. Now, theoretically, your pulse should be at 70 beats per minute, as it was 20 minutes before. The only difference is something was in your mouth. Now, if your pulse has gone up 5 beats or more above normal, then there's a possibility that you're allergic to that food. And I've seen people's pulse increase 20 to 40 beats above normal. That's how allergic they were, and they didn't even know it. And therefore, you write that down. Now, every day you take a different food in the morning, and you test yourself every morning. At the end of 2 weeks, the average person has tested themselves with most of the foods they commonly consume. And then anything that your pulse went up, you eliminate it from the diet. And then after 2 weeks, you take that same food again. And if your pulse goes way up, yeah, you're allergic to it. All right? And then you just stay on an avoidance program. You don't go near it again. All right? Also, you can have adrenal system reactions. Low energy or chronic fatigue is a common reaction, with immune dysfunction being at the most severe end of the spectrum. Another possibility is obesity, which can stem from a tendency to overeat in response to a low glucose level. Hypoglycemic persons eat to raise their blood sugar and overcome inertia, and exercises too little because there's not enough energy. Central nervous system reactions, your brain allergies, can occur when molecules breathed or eaten leave the blood and enter the brain. These foreign substances can interfere with enzymes and lead to a number of reactions: diminished concentration, impaired thinking, spaciness, anxiety, headaches, aggressive or antisocial behavior, depression, mood swings, insomnia, hallucinations, or episodic memory loss. Many children experience hyperactive or fatigue from allergens. Even serious psychotic problems can result. Estimated that over 90% of schizophrenics, food or chemical sensitivities are contributing factors to their condition. So there we have these, and we also have cardiovascular symptoms. These include heart pounding, rapid or skipped beats, flushed pallor, tingling, redness or blueness of the hands, and faintness, gastrointestinal symptoms, numerous ones: dry mouth, burping, flatulence, bloating, canker sores, stinging tongue, diarrhea, constipation, nausea, abdominal pain, and rectal itching and indigestion. Well, unless corrected, subclinical signs can turn into disease states. Most people mask their symptoms with medication instead of addressing the cause of their problem. They do not realize that seemingly diverse conditions like rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, asthma, migraines, irritable bowel syndrome, adult onset diabetes, and skin diseases can have food and chemical allergies as an underlying cause. So what do we do about this? We can detox. Detoxification. Most allergies can be traced to an impaired digestive system, the result of a toxic buildup within the intestines. So embarking on a cleansing program in a soft manner, this is the first step in overcoming the problem. And it can include like bentonite clay. Bentonite, bentonite clay, has a negative charge and can thereby attract positive charged particles. Toxins are drawn to the clay and drawn out of the body. Bentonite clay is taken as a part of a drink. Use 1 teaspoon to 10 to 16 ounces of water. Then hydrotherapy, a series of colonics and enemas cleanse and restore colon function. As a result, many allergic symptoms begin to clear up. Modified fasting, a sort of watermelon and lemon fast, is a great detoxifier for a day, and you do that 1 day a week, and it will help eliminate allergies. You can also have your protein and other nutrients you need and fibers in smoothies. Also, detoxification of your home and schoolroom and your place of employment may be equally important, and you can work towards that end in numerous ways. The first step is to check the quality of indoor air to find out what pollutants are being breathed in. It's not that expensive to hire professionals who can come in and measure contaminants. Air can be vastly improved with filtration systems. Actually, units with 3 to 4 filtering systems are best. Those that filter down to a level of 3 microns are able to screen most bacteria, mold, pollens, and animal danders. Placing a filter directly in a window and seeing the sides will limit the amount of pollutants coming into the room. Many people mistakenly place air filters 3 or 4 feet away from a window, which prevents most incoming air from being drawn into the system. There are also new technologies to purify water and air, such as ozone disinfection. These can be used to sterilize drinking water in saunas, whirlpools, swimming pools, and private bathing facilities. EcoPure, EcoPure, disinfection is a unique oxidative technique that purifies air using EcoPure, which is a gas form of activated oxygen. To recycle water and air, we might consider using filtration, membranes, drum filters, disc filters, and active carbon filtration. Plants, houseplants, especially aromatic houseplants, give you a wonderful aroma, but also they're great air filters. So the more plants you have, the more beneficial it is. Spider plants will filter out toxins, including formaldehyde, and produce oxygen in return. Other helpful plants, Brazilian palms, wide-leaf wandering Jews, and marigolds. But the diet's really important to change. A change of diet is often key to overcoming allergies. As mentioned earlier, suspect foods should be eliminated and gradually reintroduced to the diet to check for reactions. The most common allergens are sugar, wheat, dairy foods, beef, potatoes, shellfish, eggs, tomatoes, coffee, peanuts, soy, corn, yeast, and citrus fruit. Food dyes are common allergens, including aloe red, and any other food that is eaten daily should be suspect as well. Exposures to pesticides. You start eating grapes that are not organic, and apples not organic, and strawberries not organic, you're getting a lot of pesticides. And those are associated with higher incidence of childhood allergic disease. I give you one good example from myself. I had just purchased a farm in Goshen, New York, to plant organic produce. And there was a wonderful little orchard sitting up on a hill overlooking all of this black dirt farm. Black dirt is the richest soil in the world. It can go down 40 feet. In fact, when you walk on it, the ground shakes. And any seed you put in there, it's just going to be extremely bountiful in how it matures. And here was this beautiful old farm, an orchard. And I was up there, and the guy was, because I was interested if he wanted to sell his orchard. He was old, he was retiring. And he said, well, try an apple. I said, well, I would, but I'm allergic to apples. What's the worst that'll happen? Well, my eyes will start to water, my nose will get red, my ears will get red, and I'll have a kind of a stinging sensation in my throat for about 6 hours. He says, well, I don't spray anything on my trees, so try an apple. Okay. I tried an apple. Well, lo and behold, the apple was great and nothing happened. I thought, wow. So about 2 hours later, I said, could I have another apple? He said, sure. So I went over and there was one just falling on the ground. I picked it up, ate it. Again, no reaction. So I went home feeling really good about this. Well, the next day, as I'm walking up to my store, I see an outdoor market and I see an apple there. So I go ahead and buy the apple and wash off the apple and I eat it. Reactions came right back. I thought, now what could have happened? So I went over and I asked the person, is this an organic apple? He said, no. And so I realized I took the apple into the laboratory where I was a senior research fellow. in anti-aging medicine. And we did an analysis, found out that the apple had been coated with a wax with chemicals in it. And that when apple season comes, they coat the apples and keep them in refrigeration so that they can sell it for a whole year. That doesn't go bad because the pores of the apple are sealed, so they can't dehydrate, shrivel. But I was allergic to that. So all this time, I couldn't eat oranges because they're sprayed, and I didn't know that. So when I ate an organic orange, no problem. An organic apple, no problem. So you might want to switch off from some of the foods you're eating and go organic on those same foods and see if you have any allergic reactions. Maybe a little more expensive, but these costs may be offset by reduction in medical expenses. And the use of metal oxide nanoparticles in foods like silicon dioxide and titanium dioxide has grown a great deal over the last decades to enhance flavor, texture, color, consistency, stability, shelf life, and nutrient bioavailability. But these nanoparticles have been found to negatively affect intestinal functioning, and they are commonly found in nutritional supplements. So it's good always to check food labels or contact the manufacturer if there is any question. All right? So we don't want ultra-processed foods in our diet, and go to the Mediterranean diet, and you'll lower your symptoms of allergy and asthma in most cases. And a Mediterranean diet centers around fresh fruits and vegetables, legumes and pulses, nuts and seeds and beans, with some fish and olives and olive oil. And fish, however, are highly contaminated with toxins in today's polluted oceans and streams and processing centers. Foods associated with higher incidence of childhood developing allergies include red meat, margarine, and junk food. Soy products and the isoflavones contained in them are thought to be associated with low incidence of allergic rhinitis. And the best menu for preventing allergies is the rotation diet. This involves eating different kinds of food each day and not repeating an item for 4 or 7 days. Using grains as an example, if rice is eaten on Monday, you might use millet on Tuesday. So each day you could use a different grain, all right? And that helps break allergies also. Don't eat the same foods every day. And also there's what is called neutralization immunotherapy. Neutralization immunotherapy is a way of provoking the body to produce antibodies against offending substances. And once an environmental physician using blood and skin tests discovers which foods and chemicals and pollens, etc., are causing allergies, allergy vaccines are administered. And these are different from the classical allergist treatment in which all patients are given equal amounts of antigens. Here, low doses of specific dilutions are tailor-made for each individual. When injections are given in small amounts, the body reacts by making antibodies against those allergens. Patients are retested until symptoms disappear. It's very highly effective. And then just lifestyle changes involve the use of, stop using everything commercial processed, artificial ingredients. They can provoke allergens. Soaps without artificial scents and colors can be added to your way. Shaving creams can be made with natural soap. Shampoos can be made with Castile soap and olive and avocado oil. Toothpaste can be inexpensively made with peppermint extracts and baking soda. Deodorants can replace with cornstarch. Talcum powder should not be used as it contains asbestos fibers. Moisturizers can be used with olive oil, coconut oil, and vitamin E oil. Facial scrubs to exfoliate dead tissue can be made with soft loafa and some vegetable oil to remove dead epithelial cells. Room deodorizers can be made from lemon juice and vinegar and spritz in the air. So all these things get rid of the pesticides, get natural cleaners, natural detergents, and then be aware that electromagnetic pulses, electromagnetic radiation, this non-ionizing electromagnetic radiation in the form of microwaves, is emitted by wireless telecommunications infrastructure. This radiation has become ubiquitous around the world in the last 25, 30 years due to the proliferation of wireless technology, cell phones, computers, antennas, tablets, Wi-Fi, routers, smart electric meters, televisions, cordless landline, home thermostat systems, smart appliances, Bluetooth devices like car buds, keyboards, computer mics, and speakers. Even modern cars emit waves in fields invisible to the human eye, but which interfere with the normal cellular functioning of all biological life. So just be conscious of this and try not to keep these up to your face or body or ear. Use a speaker phone. That makes a difference as well. So these are the most common things. Then build up your immune system with vitamin A, vitamin C. It works best in combination with 1 to 200 milligrams of bioflavonoid quercetin and 100 to 200 milligrams of pycnogenol. Vitamin D3, vitamin E, beta carotene, selenium, all good for you on a daily basis. And the B complex is terrific. Choline is terrific. N-acetylcysteine, coenzyme Q10, L-tyrosine, alpha-lipoic acid, glutamine, glutathione, ginkgo biloba, golden seal, grapeseed extract. These are ones that can make a difference in our body. The essential fatty acids are very important as well. So you see, there's the diet, the lifestyle, digestive enzymes, probiotics, and of course, herbs reduce allergic symptoms in a more gentle, subtle way than medications. But there are a lot of herbs that can make a difference. Garlic is one, astragalus, echinacea, ginseng, wild cherry bark, yerba mate, ashwagandha, American angelica, butterbur, red eyebright, schisandra, turmeric, Kanika oil. Those are motherwort, black seed. So coriander, turmeric, yeah, these are all good. So that's how we deal with allergies. All right. Hope you've enjoyed it and share it with others. Remember, every day, Monday to Friday, on PRN.Live, PRN.Live at noon, and Tuesday evening, 7 o'clock, I'm on the air. You can also go to GaryNull.com, get my newsletter, and all the articles I write and hard-hitting investigative reports are all there for you. Thank you for watching and listening, and share it with others. Have a nice day.